Hello, everybody. My name is Sleepy or Rain or whatever the hell you want to call me. My pronouns are they, them, and I am going to be the dungeon master for this adventure. I am going to now go down in call order of my friends, or overlay order, and I'm going to have them all introduce themselves and say a little bit of a line, name, pronouns, who are they playing, and if they have anything they would like to promote. So that means we are starting with Bubbly Tarts. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh boy. Hello, my name is Bubbly Tarts. Usually I go by Bubbly, that's what you hear the lovely people on stream calling me. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Phoebe. She is lovely and I'm so excited to play her. And promotion-wise, I'm Bubbly Tarts on pretty much any social media. I have emote commissions open currently, and also Points Fingies Together. You should go watch my show Realm Jumper on YouTube. Several of the people in stream are also involved in it. It's a cool show. Hehe.
It's a very cool show. I'm actually going to put the link to Realm Jumper in chat. Please give it a watch. I voiced the main two boys, and I help with art on the show. We are now going to throw it to our next player, Midnight Blue.
My name's Midnight. Technically it's Midnight Blue, but I go by Midnight. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Daeriel in Circus of Dreams. She's great. She's fun. Don't expect anything of her. It'll be great. Anything I want to promote? Well, I do work on Realm Jumper. Bubbly Tarts is my boss. I also work on a podcast called Parallel to Anywhere, which should be coming back from hiatus. And my other stuff isn't out yet, so that's all I want to shield for today.
Wonderful, amazing. The link to that is in chat. Next we have Juno.
Hello everyone, my name is Juno, he, him, or they, them, but mostly he, him at this point. I am playing Spirit, a silly little circus boy who I cannot shut up about. I do a lot of things, but the thing that I do the most is art stuff, which you can find me on Instagram at Crowva, or YouTube at Crowva Arts, I believe, where I do silly little cat videos sometimes. But mostly all the art stuff. My commissions are closed currently. I might have, very few, 3 holiday slots, opening up, next week, maybe. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's it.
Gonna be throwing it to a fan favorite of the channel and wonderful, very old friend of mine, Tyler!
Hello again, chat. Or hello for the first time in the event that this is the first opportunity that we have to sit down and talk with one another. I'm going to keep things a little low maintenance tonight. We're not going to go too off the walls just yet, but hello, my name is Tyler, or Tiller, whatever's preferential to you. My pronouns are, whatever works best for you. I go by he, him, but if you're looking for something else, that's cool too. In regards to things that I have to stream as of this point in time or promote, have you heard of this little 32-person music and SoundCloud mashup tournament called Mashup Week Megamix? Well, I haven't exactly had much of an opportunity to do much work for it. I do have at least a small handful of story posts out as of this point in time. I'd be more than happy to point you in the direction of them, but I'll be playing Marshall Guy. He's an old OC of mine, and I'm glad to finally give him a streamed stage.
Perfect, and the final player we have here is Biba17!
Hey, I'm B. I use he, him pronouns, and my character's name is Chrysanthemum, or Chris for bees. And things to promote. I write books for the DMs Guild. You should go check them out. A lot of the homebrew and materials that we brought into Circus ended up in my most recent book, Piranesi and the Library of Sigil, which was really fun to put together and features work from so many of the cool people here. I've done books in the past that touch on Spelljammer and the Radiant Citadel and the Strixhaven book. So if you are into that angle of D&D content, I do that. I also worked on Parallel to Anywhere, a podcast slash actual play slash weird thing that will be coming back very soon, I hope. And I think that's... Oh, also, I work on Round Jumper too. I think that's my main thing. Yeah. You can find me places at Biba17. Thumbs up.
Yep. And with that, I'm going to read the opening narration and I'm going to get us all into game. Dreams are a powerful thing. While our minds rest, we create entire realities from nothing, little worlds that become our playgrounds for the night. They're a reflection of our past, our hopes for the future, even our fears of what may lurk in our present, all contained in a good night's sleep. And here, my friends, I present to you a story of dreams, of mystery, of danger, of family, and even of your worst nightmares made manifest. As the world's sleep is one final time interrupted by the sun breaching the horizon, our tale starts, as most others do, in a small little tavern on a group of bright-eyed adventurers. I would like to then cut to the scene. I would like to describe to you all in the small town of Haverhill, on the continent of Pernival, in the world of Revenera. 3 adventurers are waking up after a much-needed night of rest. Their dreams didn't matter much in this moment. What more so mattered was that they had a rough day the day before. A job gone awry. They have fought tooth and nail to get to this point. We are going to go, let's say, reverse order from introduction. So, Tyler, could you please explain to me what Guy's morning routine looks like? How he feels awaking to the sun hitting his face?
Oh boy. Alright. Well, I'll be brutally honest with you, chat. Guy is not the most fortunate fellow, and he's a bit, trying to think of the correct word for it. Let's say paranoid about the world around him. That's a vast understatement, but it's day 1, so we're gonna ease ourselves into this. For as long as his compatriots have been traveling with them, as far as they can tell, Guy doesn't exactly sleep. Well, if he does so with his eyes open and in very odd and precarious places. Adventuring out in the woods may very well mean climbing up a tree and tying himself to a sturdy branch so that he can, as he puts it, keep watch. But waking up today and groaning as he begins his morning routine of preparation for scavenging, accounting for rations and supplies, and doing his preventative measures to make sure that he's in premier condition to ensure that he isn't falling victim to a persistent threat that dogs his every footstep. Guy pats himself down, albeit a little too eagerly, a bit too... He's patting himself down, checking his pockets, checking his cloak, checking his satchel. Something's missing. Something he can't quite place, and then he pats himself down on his chest and he finds it. It's his good luck charm. It's a small religious sigil. Ancient. Old. It's nothing in comparison to most modern imagery utilized, and Guy's been saying it's probably the thing that's been keeping him in sound mind and body. It's sound in my body that our poor friend can be in.
And could you do me a favor and describe what Guy looks like? I realized I probably should have led with that, but I forgot.
Hey, no, that's perfectly fine. Guy is, to put it bluntly, painfully average, but something is odd and off-putting about him. wouldn't exactly be able to place it, but a lot of his physical appearance is very survivalist above all else. He's got deep bags under his eyes, but nothing in particular about him really stands out. He's very twitchy, very always eyes darting in between all over. Odd posturing and posing. Very jumpy. But, he checks himself over for all of his equipment and takes a quick breath and kind of speaks to his good luck charm almost. All right. Another day. Another means of dealing with the persistent threat of the undead. Let's get a move on.
And Guy, you go downstairs. You find you're one of the first people awake this morning, which, from the sounds of it, is normal.
Yep, as Guy nearly trips down the stairs, he unfurls a rope that he's used to tie himself to probably an odd area of the inn that they were staying in. Okay, let's see what let's see what I've got here for today. All right, we've got rations, check. Survival gear, check. Brain, still firmly in place. Always good.
There's a woman who's working the morning shift. Like, clearly your presence has startled her awake, and she just blinks and looks at you slowly, and she's like, rations? Don't you want us to, like, your room came with breakfast, right?
Guy jerks and begins feverishly looking around the room to place the person speaking to him, and he nearly jumps a few feet back, finally noticing this person. Don't scare me like that. You never know when the persistent threat of the undead could get the jump on you. But not me, though. I'm always prepared.
Undead in Haverhill. I didn't know you were funny. Anyway, I'm, gonna start making breakfast if you just wanna, sit down and calm down.
Yeah, sure. Breakfast. I'd love breakfast.
Okay. And she leaves, and I think that's a good point to cut to our next party member, Midnight. Can you describe to me what Daeriel looks like and what her morning routine is like?
Okay. So Daeriel is a Nightorum, so she is half tiefling, half Aasimar, kinda. That's the best way to put it.
That's the best way to put it. I was agreeing with you.
That's fair. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me. So she's got her horns, she's got her tail, she's got her big fluffy angel wings. However, she doesn't wake up gracefully. There are feathers everywhere. Her clothes are rumpled. Her tail has a kink in it. You just see her go, ooh! And then, there's this, jump up of, I'm already late! Look at the clock. Oh, I'm not that late. Okay. Well, alright. Looks around the room, sees the feathers. Okay, I guess I better clean that up. And she'll tidy up whatever disaster she's accidentally made in her sleep. And get ready for the day, brush her teeth, make her bed. She tucks it all in very nicely. He was taught to do that. You have to be nice to people. That's what she was taught, and you just can't shake that. It's in your bones. I think I have bones. Anyway, and she's gonna like hop downstairs when she's happy enough with how she looks. She can't quite get her ponytail tied enough. She can't quite get the braids as neat as she'd like, but it's suitable enough, and she'll walk down the stairs.
Yeah, you walk down the stairs as gracefully as you can. You see the rope left over from Guy, who is assumedly sitting at a table, probably bouncing his leg, waiting for breakfast.
Oh, hi, Guy. You, wow, you're always up earlier than me.
You know that, right? Good to see you survived another night. We've put those survival skills to good use.
Survived? Survived what?
Well, you never know what sort of threat could be out there, especially an undead shifter. But, good to see you're in one piece.
You know I'm a cleric. I've told you that I'm a cleric. I've, reiterated multiple times that I'm a cleric, and that I'm very good with dealing with undead.
And that's why I value our friendship so much.
Oh, sweet of you to say.
I don't think there's a better moment to cut to Phoebe than that moment. I'm sorry. That really got me. But Bubbly, would you like to describe Phoebe for us, please?
Yeah. So, Phoebe is definitely the last of the three to wake up. Guy is up early, Daeriel is up early, Phoebe is not. Phoebe, the way that I will describe this is that the sun starts streaming in through the window of this bedroom, and the lump of blankets groans and moans and grumbles and grumbles and grumbles and grumbles. And eventually, there is a tiny peek out from underneath the bundle of blankets. And a little human-appearing girl pops out and glares at the sun. And then decides she does not want to glare at the sun. And quickly goes back under the blankets, and she will slowly shuffle out of bed, again muttering under her breath about so warm. And she will take a moment to, as she's, getting dressed and ready for the day, she takes a moment to do a couple little stretches. And she takes a moment to, while she's doing her stretches, she's kind of doing her stretches while checking herself over. So she gets her dress on, she puts on her earrings, they're important to her. She fixes up her hair. Her hair is, in fact, a dark gray with its little streaks in it, and she thinks it is very pretty. And she checks her teeth. Her teeth are a little sharp, and she gives a little toothy grin into the mirror. And then as she's pretty much ready to go, she reaches for the door and then stops herself. Hold on. And she looks around the room for a second, tapping her foot on the ground, and then just drops to her hands and knees and starts looking around on the floor. Where are you? We're gonna be late. And from under the bed scurries a little tiny mouse. And she holds out her hand and is like, Crouton, we are going to be late. I let you sleep separately, so that you could have a great night, and I wouldn't have to worry about where you were. But now I have to worry about where you are. And the mouse gives a little squeak, and she puts it in the hood of her cloak. And then she opens the door and walks down. And if she passes a couple people on the way, because at this point it's probably a little bit later, she doesn't talk to anyone on the way. She pointedly makes sure to not talk to anyone. However, when she comes down, she will wave and very politely say good morning to the other two.
Well, that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. All brains accounted for. Another night survived.
Morning, Phoebe. How was your sleep?
I slept really good until I got woken up by the sun.
Well, the sun indicates it's time to get up.
No.
Hey, the sun's a good thing, you know? 63.7% of all perceived threats happen at night. So once the sun's up, that's the best time to get yourself moving.
How did you come up with that number?
I've done my research. We've done our research. I've done my research.
Okay, I trust you.
Alright, I'm going to go get food.
Yeah, as you say that, Phoebe, the very bored girl from before comes back, and she's just like, oh, there's more of you now. I mean, like, I accounted for that, but I didn't expect to see you all here. Anyway. She just, like, slams down. There's, like, a plate of pancakes, a few meats, a couple of other, just, like, you know, fixins, hash browns, stuff like that. And if you need more, you can, like, just call for me. My name's Vanessa. But, like, if you can help it, don't call for me. Bye. She just walks away.
Thank you.
The moment that she's gone, Phoebe turns to the other two. We're gonna need to call her.
Why? She just said she didn't want to be.
But I'm gonna want more food. And that's her job.
Now's the goodest time to stock up on whatever we need as any. I've got more than enough rations to last us until our next job, but, you never can be too sure. Guy is probably not so subtly moving small packages of maybe jelly or jam into his ample pockets. Food on the go! When a shambling mound of flesh is after you, you don't got time to snack.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, we can eat this food and then see if we're hungry later.
We will be.
I think
And she just starts eating.
I think with this party having breakfast, the camera slowly pans out and then pans back in. It changes. We go a bit back in time to the sun just cresting the horizon, and there's the sound of construction as large tents and various rides and little buildings are quickly being set up before the cover of night is completely gone and the little people of Haverhill have awoken. Spirit, you
Hello.
wake up. Can you describe what you look like and what your morning routine is like?
Yes, absolutely. I imagine, well, Spirit is a little yellow tiefling boy. He wakes up bright and early with the sun. He is a little bit more disheveled than usual with the, circus arriving into town. He was probably up late, helping put things together, before turning in for the night. But he wakes up with a very dramatic yawn and grumbles as he removes his silly little, darkness eye mask thing and, slowly makes his way, over to a little makeshift vanity, and starts, putting himself together. He, puts on his silly clown outfit, and puts on all of his, rings and jewelry and, some light makeup for the day. and is immediately up and ready to help any final preparations as the sun rises.
Yeah, luckily for you, your services are not entirely needed this morning. You did the bulk of what you normally handle, which is the instruments that morning, or not that morning, that night before. I'm bad at talking, when you all got into town. So you're actually heading over to Ma and Pa's, to get a quick bit of brekkie. You can smell the bacon being cooked. You, of course, could ask for whatever you wanted. Ma and Pa are always delighted to make you whatever you want, but it smells like it's a bacon and eggs kind of morning.
Oh, good morning, Ma. It is delicious as always. At least it smells delicious. I'm sure it tastes even better.
Oh, well, thank you so much, darling. Here you go. I got extra fixins in there for you because I know you get antsy on Newtown days.
Oh, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Do you know, where, my services might be needed this morning? I know that I did most of my things last night, but I feel that, I don't know, I haven't done much that the show needs to go on, to performing, so I was curious if you knew where I could help out, or if you need help.
Oh, well, I'm just fine. Thank you so much. Pa's busy, making some muffins.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna have muffins with breakfast, but I did hear a bit of a rumor that Alabaster was looking for you, and Chris.
Oh, really?
So I think you should just be having a seat for now, and I'm sure she'll come find you because I heard she was poking around.
Oh, sure. I can absolutely, I mean, I could go find. I'll wait here. And he will go and find a table, and eat his breakfast.
With the mention of chrysanthemum, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
you have woken up in this morning. The light is creeping into your room. How's Chris doing? Describe him and what his morning routine is like.
Chrysanthemum's face is in their pillow when the camera pulls up to see them. He grumbles and fights against it, putting his hands out on the bed and pushing himself up softly. He realizes his glasses are still on, and he slept with them on. He adjusts them and realizes that he did not change into pajamas. He collapsed, and next to him on the bed is a clipboard with various notes and revisions and requests and wants and demands from everyone who wanted to alter their performance between last show and this one. And next to him is another set of papers that has his original choreography, and he's taking pen to it, trying to... Clearly he fell asleep in the middle of working in the late hours. Putting all this together for himself, he grabs the clipboard, grabs the papers, scoops them all up, makes some form of organization, and quickly dusts himself off, adjusts a little bit, but doesn't seem to be willing to change. Like, he's just going for breakfast. If he's needed elsewhere, he'll change later. Puts on his boots, grabs his scarf, though it is cut and a little old, looks at his hair. Despite the fact that it has been cut and matted and pushed down as much as possible, still the bit of his ethereal lineage keeps it floating up just at the tips, and he pushes down on it again. Oh, it still fights him, poking up at the tops, and when he realizes that he will not win the fight this day, he sighs, adjusts his glasses one more time, puts his pen in a little pouch, and makes his way out to get food and breakfast. Upon which he will see Spirit sitting at a table and kind of avoid eye contact if possible, going up to Ma and grabbing a very, average. He doesn't want to take too much, especially all at once.
Hey, Chris!
Uh, hello, Spirit.
I hope you're enjoying your breakfast this morning, but apparently our services are required.
You and I specifically.
I don't know. Ma told me that Alabaster requested us specifically.
Well, that's something. Um, yes, in a moment I'll be done, and then we can find her. Is she coming to us?
I think she's coming here. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know why she would want the two of us to be, in the same conversation. It's quite... what's the word? Unusual, I think. And I'll go with unusual.
Chris gives an eyebrow because they think they know what Spirit wanted to say, and then just kind of sighs and sits with Spirit begrudgingly across from Spirit, and starts eating, and immediately his face is back in his work.
Spirit is ignoring Chris and turning around to talk to whoever is at the table next to them. Just casual, like, oh my gosh, you will never believe what Jason did yesterday. Anyway, and then goes off on this huge, long story. Just gossiping.
Chris is mumbling under their breath, just, yes, and then if I do that, we can give him an appropriate amount of time to meet his request. Alright, yes, I spend all of the gold on the material, and that'll just be in stock for later, I guess. And just kind of keeps mumbling and working.
Yeah, Sleepy, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I'm so upset. I forgot to unmute my microphone.
so
I did
sorry.
a whole
No!
little introduction, and I was wondering
okay.
why I got talked over.
I'm so sorry. Continue.
It's fine. Your silent, your two separate conversations are interrupted by the far too familiar voice of a woman going, "Oh my boys, you've already met up for the day. That makes my job so much easier." And you both turn your heads in unison to see the familiar face of Alabaster Tourmaline, the owner of the circus, approaching. She is in her typical Southern Belle attire, this long whitish pink dress with cute bright pink and yellow accents. Her hat is on perfect. She has a little parasol to help cover up the bright sun, and she approaches you all, bouncing with her step. She's waving to everyone, giving orders. She looks so happy. "Howdy there, my boys. How are y'all doing today? Oh, I'm just so happy to see you two. I'm even better to see y'all together. Oh, makes my job so much easier."
Good morning, Alabaster. It's a wonderful morning. Happy for the fantastic new audience that we have today.
Yes, certainly.
I'm so excited. That audience is exactly why I wanted to talk to y'all today. I have a job for you two boys.
Oh, really?
All right.
Are you certain?
Oh, I'm quite confident. It's something only the two of y'all could do. Well, technically not, but at the same time. Anyway, Spirit, I didn't get the chance to give you your assignment for this town yet, but I was going to be having you on tour guide duty. I know you wanted to do your new little drum show on the little front stage, but I already made a promise. I made a promise to Todrick that it would be his turn for this town, and you know how fussy he gets when I, let other people. So, you know what? I just need you to take a step back from the stage. But next town, I promise, I swear on my heart and soul that I will have him working guide duty. Okay?
Sure, yes, I can do guide duty, absolutely. Yeah, I can absolutely show people around, no problem. Are you sure you want Chris on guide duty?
No,
He's not really the most sociable person.
He's not on guide duty. I have a very important job for him. Chris, I got you a gift.
Oh.
And you see her pull out another clipboard. I got you a new clipboard.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
And even better, this new clipboard, I already put all the papers you're going to need on for it today. I have you working a very, very special job, whereas Spirit is going to be working the guide, you know, showing people where to go. You're doing a survey!
Excuse me?
A survey, you know, to see if people are liking the circus and having fun. Basically, your job is to follow Spirit and whatever little crowd that they have, that, you know, that y'all accumulate. And, you know, you gotta ask them if they like the food and the atmosphere and, you know, make sure that they're having a good time. That does remind me, Spirit, whatever crowd you choose today, they all get a free food voucher, free rides as well. They will still have to pay for the games, but, you know, treat them extra special, because this is kind of like, you know, I'm trying to get a good gauge for how people are feeling about the Circus of Dreams, since we're starting up another rotation.
Absolutely, it's a good publicity stunt, I think. I can absolutely hand these out to specific people, of course.
Yeah, try not to choose a group that's too terribly big, just because we will, you know, it's not for the money, it's about making people's dreams come true whenever they come here, but it is a little bit about the finances, and I don't want to go bankrupt on a very big halfling family.
Very understood.
Right. You know, I knew you would be on board. You know, I did say it was because I gave Todrick the front stage is why I needed you on this duty. But she, like, walks up and she gently, like, squeezes your face. But, you know, there is another reason that I wanted your help with this, is you are just the brightest little sunshine in the circus, and I knew that you would be amazing at guiding folks around and just making them feel loved and warm and welcome.
Yes, I am very good at those things, yes.
Oh, you're amazing at it. And, Chris, you don't mind, right? Running the surveys?
No, it'll be done. Thank you for the clipboard.
Of course, you can keep it. I thought your old one was getting a bit ratty anyway, and, you know, isn't it cute? This one's pink. You love that color.
Yes, I do. This will serve me very well. I can probably in between still manage to get the routines settled before we go on, so I just have to...
Oh, don't worry about the routines. Everybody's already got their show set for the day. If you want them to run something new, that can wait for the next town.
Oh, yes, that... I suppose that makes sense. I can put that aside for today. The survey will actually be good for our understanding of what is useful in the circus and such, so I will be happy to oblige.
Perfect. Awesome. Amazing. Anyway, I gotta go handle some administrative business. Y'all boys know how busy I am. And do a good job, Chris. There might just be a new quill in it for you if you do.
That's so exciting.
All right. Well, I will do my best.
And she, you know, puffs her parasol back up and starts walking off, whistling a tune.
Spirit waves dramatically.
She blows a little kissy back.
Spirit catches it. Oh, well. I guess we just go find people then, right? Well, I'll find people. I don't know if I trust you to find cool people.
Oh, Yes, I suppose I can leave that to you.
Right. So if this is like a whole publicity stunt thing, and you want to do good on your little surveys, we gotta have people who are going to be excited, just like off the bat. So we gotta find people who have like that high energy sort of thing, not the, weird loners who you usually talk to. So I'll take the lead on this one.
All right, if it will provide the best information for Alabaster, then I think you will take point.
Of course, it's all for the betterment of the circus as a whole, after all.
Yes, of course.
And
I would like to change if we're going to be around people today.
Oh, yeah, you should.
All right, I will see you there then. And Chris just kind of awkwardly, a little sad, heads back over.
And with that, we're gonna cut back to the other group, who is assumedly on their, at the very least, second, maybe third round of breakfast. Considering Phoebe's appetite and Guy's, ability to hide food.
All right, guys, so hear me out on this one. I think I'm onto something. So, pastry chefs, cake decorators, they've been walking among us since, like, the dawn of time, right? So, if they can decorate themselves in frosting and cake adornments, then what if I were to do that same thing with the jam and jelly packets that I've been shamming in my satchel? I only do it as is with mud and sticks. No one's found me yet.
I think that would make you very, very sticky.
That's what I
You're-
was. I don't
you're
think it's a
right.
bad idea.
That would slow me down. And I'm not letting some shambling mass of flesh grab me when I least need it.
As
Good
you
thinking,
say,
guys.
shambling mound of flesh grab me, the door slams open. And a figure steps into the room and then steps above you all. And you all watch as this pink tiefling appears, with blue and white hair, blue eyes, walks into the room, and you see as his legs extend. And he is walking above the crowd and sort of leaning against the ceiling, and he cries out, "Come one, come all, the world-renowned Circus of Dreams is in town. Be entranced, enchanted, as your very dreams come to life." And you see he scatters down some papers that flutter from the ceilings, and there's a lot of chatter. The other patrons in the tavern just begin to collect these flyers and look at them and whisper among themselves. Do you like music, dancing, games? Are you looking to experience thrills that you never could have imagined? Or see monsters the likes of which have never been seen before? And he's kind of like, scanning the crowd. She's looking for just any interested parties who might be interested in asking.
Guy kind of reaches down towards his good luck charm that he has around his neck and kind of... Phoebe and Daeriel can very much notice that he's stage whispering to it. All right, so there's nothing to worry about. I don't exactly think that zombies can extend their legs like that, so pretty sure this is just the circus guy. Can't be too sure though.
As you're talking, he backbends, and as she continues extending her back, basically they're now half hanging upside down, feet still planted where they were, but torso hanging over your table. And they make eye contact with you. Talking behind people's backs, well, you can just ask me to my face, darling. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. We're fine. I'm fine.
Zombie, my friend, I'm more alive than ever. How could you not be? When I get to experience the drama and deliciousness of the Circus of Dreams every day. You watch as they reach behind their head and, seemingly out of nowhere, pull out a blue rose and hold it out to you. The name's Passion, darling.
Yeah, real nice to meet you there, buddy. Once again, turns away and very much stage whispering to his good luck charm. Flower. That's not natural. You think that's something to worry about? Guys, come on, you gotta back me up here on this one. I'm not crazy, am I?
What's the Circus of Dreams?
You watch as the legs begin walking towards the table as his body slowly, twists around and he kind of goes back to standing at a normal person height, still rather tall, and bouncing in place. The Circus of Dreams, my friend, I'm amazed you've never heard of it. It's a world-renowned circus, a place of chills and thrills. I wonder. And, she then gently holds the rose out to you. Would a beautiful flower such as yourself be more interested in this sort of thing?
I think Daeriel... I guess Daeriel blushes dark purple because of her skin color and goes, oh, well, I mean, it does sound very, interesting. And she'll just, tentatively take the rose.
Phoebe has been eating food this entire time. She's just been watching, still eating. And she just kind of goes, I mean, we don't have anything lined up.
You do all look a bit haggard. How are you all doing? And you all mentally recount the hell that was the day before. The job you had in which you thought it would be simple. Save a cat from a tree. What could be easier? What you were not expecting was the little hell beast to be horrific in nature. It hissed at you, it bit you, it scratched you, one of you got peed on. Only to eventually wrangle the cat after about, 3 hours, bring it to the owner, be told it was the wrong cat, and before you could throw a stink over it, the actual cat walked up and, rubbed against his leg, a little white kitty with odd markings.
You. Phoebe has a very haunted look in her eyes.
And Guy goes into the fetal position in his chair and is noticeably shivering.
You notice that Daeriel's tail does a couple of nervous tail flicks, just across the floor a couple times.
Use a break?
Well, no place better to rest your mind than a circus. You'll activate parts of yourself you never knew you could. All the while your brain gets to relax as you lose yourself in the sensations. I see one of you has a big appetite. Tell me, my friend, have you ever had candy floss?
What is that?
It is a delicious treat. Pure sugar, heated up at high temperatures and stretched to the point where it comes finer and softer than any cotton bed you could find. Delicious, too.
She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it real hard. That does sound kind of good.
Or would you be more interested in shows? We have acrobats, a man so strong he can tear a table in two, a woman where the very unruly whims of fire are but putty at her command.
Sounds like a worthwhile shot at learning how to combat the horrors beyond our mortal comprehension.
Horrors beyond mortal comprehension, my friend. If that is what truly interests you, then we have a wonderful array of beasts and freaks for you to see. Have you ever wanted to see a child, a horrific howler, monster born, half goblin, half gnoll, with an unending desire for flesh?
Wait, I didn't just make that up. That's real?
Very much, my friend. And you can also see it at the circus.
I have a theory about this one.
Well, my friend, I want you to hold your theories. I want you to go to the circus today, and after you see all there is to see, fulfill your needs and desires to your heart's content. Come and find me. Just follow the signs in the woods, okay?
Follow the signs in the woods, like the back of my head. Yeah.
We can do that, right? Fine.
Yeah. Why not?
Passion boops your nose, guy, and chuckles to themselves one more. They leave a flyer on the table. I'll see you all there then. I have a few other places I need to go to before I can head back to the circus. Ta-ta. And you watch as their legs extend again, and they walk out of the room. The building, rather. You hear more cheering and hear-ye from outside.
All right, so after the that is out of earshot, I've got a couple theories about this whole circus thing, but after the whole cat thing from yesterday, I think I'll take my chances.
Yeah, it can't be any worse than that cat.
That is true. They said something about horrors. I don't think it's worse than the cat.
The cat was the most horrors I've ever experienced.
You've got to know your enemy one way or the other. And if there's some kind of undead something there, then I'm going to have to figure out the best way to combat it.
That too, I guess.
I mean, it's always nice to have hobbies. I'm glad you are so passionate about them.
I've got loads of hobbies. It just so happens that surviving the inevitable end of the world just happens to be my number one.
Okay, guy.
He twitches a little bit. Sorry. Making sure that we survive the end of the world.
Yeah, sure. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Probably.
With that, you three decide to make your way to the circus. Much as Passion said, there are brightly colored signs that lead you through the woods. They tell you to go this way and that way. They're surprisingly clear, and you're most certainly not the only people heading this way. Oh, sorry, I just have to type. Sorry, I had to just clear something up real quick. Also grab music. Sorry, give me all of 5 seconds.
We moving right along.
Moving
schmoving.
right along.
We're moving.
No point in burning daylight.
Actually, here.
Please no shufflers. Please no undead shufflers. Please no undead shuffling mounds of...
Here, y'all RP for literally 5 seconds while I fix something.
You're fine. For the record, I think that it's very funny if Phoebe is in fact shuffling her feet.
I mean, maybe if you practice hard enough, you could get your legs to do that.
But I'm short.
Yeah, and then you could be tall.
Like you?
I'm not, well... Yes, I guess. I'm taller than you.
Yes, you're very tall.
Hey, different heights have different advantages, different benefits to, your overall survival, so, you should be glad with the tools that you have and figure out the best way to accommodate this so you can survive an attack from the undead, or whatever other manner of horror moves around in the night.
And as you ramble about the undead guy, you all find yourself walking into a break in the tree line into a large clearing. And ahead of you, you see a circus. Large spikes have essentially been rammed into the ground to help ring the front half of this large circular building. Or not building, enclosure really. Above the stakes you can see various things, the tops of tents, you can see shops, you see a roller coaster and a Ferris wheel, and not only is that just a Ferris wheel, but a giant man with stony-like horns is pulling on a large crank that's making it turn. Ahead of you all is a ticket booth and a decently sized line to get in. And excuse me. You all get in line and you see by the time you make it to the front, a very bored looking half-orc just staring at you all blankly. Hi there. Are you, here for the Circus of Dreams, the most magical place in all the realms?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. 5 gold to get in.
Okay. And Daeriel will dig in her pockets for 5 gold.
Okay. Looks at
Sure.
the other two.
Oh, Benny, please. Don't get ahead of yourself.
What? Spirit, aren't you supposed to be, like, doing little flips or something?
Not today. I have a very important job from Alabaster herself. It is to welcome people here into this lovely little circus of ours. And what do you know? I have 3 tickets to the show for free. You all seem quite interested. If you like, it's free food vouchers, free ride. You will still have to pay for food, or for the game, sorry, unfortunately. But I do have...
Free food.
There is free food.
I'll take one.
Absolutely, but I apologize. There is one incy-wincy little catch. You will have, this one, following us around all day, asking for, your experiences, and how you find the circus, and how you find the food, and the games, and the rides, and how excited it makes you all feel. It's a little survey thing that we have to do every once in a while, but it shouldn't impede our progress too much, and I will be your personal guide throughout the grounds this evening.
Spirit,
Oh,
What?
If you're gonna
This is
let-
real!
No, if you're gonna let these people cut the line, just pull them inside already. You're so loud, it's giving me a headache.
Ugh, fine. Anyways, if you all would like to come with me.
Hey, a free day of shelter and a little less gold I have to empty out of my satchel is one that I will gladly take. Yeah, lead the way, stranger?
Spirit.
Spirit.
okay.
Like a ghost. Yeah, okay. Lead the way, spirit.
Absolutely.
It probably means more like cheer. Guys.
Yes, more like that.
Speaking
Though
of
we do have
ghosts,
plenty of spirits here.
Yeah, that's so great. Please get me inside.
as,
Excellent, here are your tickets.
as you all walk inside, on the topic of spirits, Chrysanthemum, you see Spirit approaching with 3 very interesting looking people. Very loud looking people.
Well, Spirit, I suppose you grabbed the exact kind of people you were looking for.
But of course.
I
I wouldn't dare fail a task from Alabaster herself.
suppose not. Hello everyone. My name is Chrysanthemum. I will be occasionally probing for your opinions on things throughout the event today. It should not take long nor impede your progress. We occasionally want to know how the circus is doing in the eyes of the populace. So
Yes, of course. You can feel free to ignore him most of the time, though.
Guy, I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. You immediately clock this Chrysanthemum character as an aetheral. 10 years ago, there was this event that happened, and ever since then, a lot of people became a bit more ghostly, something known as an aetheral. The lore doesn't really matter in this moment, but you know that this is probably the closest thing to an undead you've seen in a while. Very much alive in all technicalities, but also very much a ghost person.
Guy is trying his best to not enter full paranoid conspiranoiac doomsayer mode as he realizes he's in the presence of the very thing that, in a conventional sense of the term, he fears the most. He kind of snatches at his good luck charm and, again, back of the group albeit, but very much stage whispering, "Look, this is the exact kind of thing that I was afraid of happening. And now you're telling me that it's directly in front of me and it's going to be probing me for questions? What is it? Part of the Inquisition?"
Phoebe just goes, don't mind him. He's just like that.
Guy turns on a heel and points a very accusatory finger at the other 4 of them. "You can't hear any of that! I wasn't saying anything!"
Great, so it seems we have 2 people to ignore. Anyways, if you all would like to follow me.
Where?
Guy's a little, he's a little eccentric, but he's got a good heart.
Sure. Anyways, tell me all about yourselves. What brings you to this fine circus today?
We needed a good day.
We did need a good day.
Well, here's to the best day, after all. The anything that the carnival has to offer is yours.
Yeah! Wow! Carnival! So much fun!
I feel like Chrysanthemum's just giving the occasional look of like, what the? Okay.
You have a couple of places that you guys can go. As you can see on the map, I realize you're not all in the Roll20. Get your asses in the Roll20.
Sorry, Misty. It's okay. The moment you said it, I was like, here we go.
Oh fuck.
It's just so that way you can see the map. To the north of you is there's the big top. There are some smaller tents that also have shows running as well. To your right are a bunch of games. There's a little pathway full of games. There are a couple of shops you can go to. To your right is a little snack shack, and beyond that is some rides. The world is your oyster. Wherever you want to go, you can.
I will also say stream cannot see the map.
Yes, they can.
They can.
They can?
They can. It's on the thing.
I specifically set it
Oh.
up so they could.
Has my stream just been paused a long time? Probably. Anyways.
I'm gonna
My
say, I'm
bad.
looking at stream right now, and...
Ignore me.
Okay. Damn, we have one less player. What a shame.
Damn.
Oh man.
Bye guys, that was a good run.
No. Phoebe, for the record, wants the food. We all know this. She will go do other things, however, her priority is, I was told, about candy floss.
We can go do that first.
Absolutely, we can get you some candy floss if that's what you're interested in.
Yes, I haven't had it before, and I was told it was good.
Well, it is divine. Here, I'll lead the way. And he will go to wherever the candy floss is.
Do you take them directly to the snack shack, or do you more so, like, we can eat later, if we're just getting the little lady a snack, we're gonna go to the picnic area? Like, what's the vibe?
I'll weave around. I'll take the long way to the candy floss, just to see if anything else piques their interest as we wander.
Yeah, it doesn't help that it is right next to the entrance, because it's supposed to be like, oh, get food on your way in and get food on your way out. Here, I will roll a d20. Oh my god, I think I just realized why roll 20 is being slow on my end. I don't think I ever turned hardware acceleration back on.
Oh, that would do it.
I might have to set a few things back up real quick, but I'm just gonna fix that just so things work better.
While you do, I will just say Chrysanthemum has floated to the back of the pack. Just kind of like upon Spirit saying twice to ignore them, they're taking a respectful distance from the back.
I'm curious, is Chris actually floating?
No, more just the floating as an adjective of their movement.
Mm-hmm. Of course. I had to know if the boys' feet were on the ground.
They were on the ground. It was just a thing of like let everyone walk ahead and then just kind of like, waited, gave it 2 seconds, and then started following.
Chrysanthemum follows at a distance so no one can tell he's associated.
Hey guy, the undead is behind you.
Guy effectively jolts upwards a la Saturday morning cartoon and comically tumbles forward.
Guy,
What's
you
wrong with
fucking
your friend?
eat dirt.
What are you?
Die.
Hi. You gotta relax. It's safe here.
Yeah, safe. A whole bunch of people in a crowded area with the ever-looming threat of... We are doing bite mark checks by the end of the day, you hear me?
Not again.
You know that last time it was just me, right?
Yeah, but like... Wait. I thought you meant that you had the check last time. No, you bit
Oh,
me
I was
last
implying the time I bit you.
That hurt. You're
You
too
surprised
sharp.
me.
And I'm still not entirely convinced that you're not at least a quarter undead.
Would you like to find out?
Not in the least.
Okay.
I think at this point you come across a little cart, where you find a small halfling man with a little corncob pipe. He's dressed like a little admiral, and he has a whole cart full of confections. Spirit and Chrysanthemum, you guys recognize this as Pa.
Good morning, Pa.
What? What? Oh! Well, hello there, Spirit, and oh, is that Chrysanthemum with you? Oh, it's so nice to see you two boys getting along. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and do I see you have some guests with you? Well, hello there. And he does like a cute little bow. He's so little. And he, you know, well, hello there. My name is Paul. It is a pleasure to meet you all. What delicious confection can I get for you all today?
I was hoping that I could get some candy floss.
She looks real small right now. She's doing the little eyes. She's doing the pleasant little eyes.
Oh, candy floss. Why, a sweet treat for a sweet little lady. Oh, of course. And you watch him, you know, sort of, take the stick. He sticks it into this little, like, cauldron thingy, and he gets you a big thing, and he looks at you, a pink or blue, little lady, or would you like a little bit of both?
A bit of both?
Alright, and he makes half of it pink and half of it blue. You see him pouring the little powder into the middle, and he goes down on one knee and he presents it to you. Here you go, miss. Your very own candy floss. Since this is your first time, I made it extra special just for you.
Thank you very much.
And she takes it. She looks so fucking excited, you guys.
Aww.
It's on the house, Pa. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yes. I spoke with Alabaster this morning. I had a feeling whoever you'd be troubling with, to give them just the most respect that I can, which does remind me. And he turns to, Daeriel and Guy. Is there anything I can get the either of you? I have more than candy floss. I have some pastries, and I have the most delicious of popcorn and kettle corn and caramel corn and truly any little delightful treat your heart can desire. What?
I don't know about Guy, but what kind of pastries do you have?
Oh, very simple things. Mostly little finger pastries. I have some little stuffed mini croissants, although I will say, I do have a few cupcakes. I know they're a bit unruly to eat around an amusement park, but I baked a fresh batch this morning. I'm trying out a new recipe. Would you like to try one?
I'd love to try a cupcake.
And he grabs this delicately decorated, far more delicate than what you would give a man of this stature credit for, cupcake. It's beautifully decorated with this light purple frosting and these little flowers. And he's like, it's a lavender lemon flavor.
Ooh, it sounds delightful.
And he holds it up to you gently. He gets down on his knee once again, and he holds it to you.
Well, that's not necessary, but, and she'll take it from him. She'll have a little nibble.
You're a guest of the circus. Why, I must be treating you like royalty, all of you.
Oh. Oh, there's really no need to do that.
Thank you.
And what about you, my good fellow?
Guy's a little skeptical of Pa's friendliness, but after a few quick darts between looking down at Pa and his good luck charm, which he's clutching and almost holding like a means to defend himself, just kind of sighs and, look, man, you have anything caffeinated? I gotta focus right now.
Well, yes, of course. This is a new offer, but I do offer. And you watch him like open up a little cooler, and he starts reaching around. My wife has been working on this new recipe. It is called well, non-alcoholic. Of course, we only sell that at night. What? It is a root beer.
All right, yeah, you have my attention. What's in it? What's the catch? There's gotta be a catch, man.
Catch? There's no catch at all. Like I said, I must be giving you all just the most utmost attention and care. When you're here in the Circus of Dreams, we treat you like family. What? It's made with vanilla, finely aged roots. It's truly delicious. I need to know what you think. I have to let my wife know how the recipe's going. Old Bat can't taste much well herself these days. What?
You know what? Maybe I am taking this whole thing a little too seriously. I'll bite. Let me have a sip.
He hands you the mug.
Guy he raises the mug in a effort to cheers to his kindness and takes a little bit of a sip, just as a means of taste testing. And after the first preliminary sips, proceeds to take a few more very quick, jittery sips in rapid succession. Whoa, that was I think that's just what I needed. Hey, Pa, was it?
Well, yes, my good friend.
Thanks for this. I owe you one.
Here, bring your mug down. Bring your mug down.
Guy places his mug right down next to Pa.
He tops it off for you before you go.
You know, maybe this place isn't so bad after all. I'm not dropping my guard. This doesn't mean that I'm dropping my guard or anything, but caffeinated root beer beverage, definitely what a survivalist like me needs to stay alert.
He chuckles at you and looks over at Chris, kind of like elbowing him, just like, what a fun group Spirit has found. What?
They're certainly amusing. I can agree to that.
Can I get you anything, my boy?
Oh, you're too kind, Pa. I think once we conclude our tour, I will happily take you up on that, but I don't want to eat on the job, as it were. Thank you again, however.
Oh, understandable, but you're... Ma and I have been talking, you're but skin and bones, my boy. Here. And you see him reach into his pocket, and he pulls out a little bag, and he puts it in your hand. Just a few candies. I've been trying out making a couple of hard candies recently, and it's pure sugar, but you're a boy who can afford a few extra calories. What?
All right, Pa. For you, I will partake as I go about, but don't tell anyone. And he kind of gives Pa a little smile.
But of course, it'll be our little secret.
Of course. Thank you again.
Of course. Oh, and Spirit!
Oh, yes, Pa!
He tosses you a little canteen of water.
Oh, thank you. You know I am absolutely famished. It's already been such a long day.
And I know that you'll get so excited you'll forget to drink. Can't have you passing out on these lovely folks. What?
You know me so well. Anyways, I will take a little bag of the kettle corn if you could spare it.
But of course, my friend. And he gets you a nice little bag of kettle corn. You see him clearly put extra into it, and he tosses it your way.
He nods. I suppose I must continue on with the tour, but thank you so much. I'm sure this will fuel us for our adventure today.
But of course, have fun, my friends.
Of course. And Spirit waves It says, well, now that we are all geared up for our adventure, where shall we head? There are plenty of places left to explore in the Circus of Dreams. There are all of the rides, of course, the drop ride and the roller coaster, though I suggest since we've just eaten, that maybe not be our first stop on the journey, of course. But there is the grand show that is happening later today. There is the freak show. There are all sorts of shops and little games.
Before we go forward,
Right.
I do have to ask them how they thought of the food.
Sure, go on.
Right.
Oh, it was really nice. Your storekeeper's very delightful.
Oh, that's a very kind sort. I will. I don't think I actually got your names.
Oh. I'm Daeriel.
AE or EA?
His goddamn name!
It's AE.
Sorry, I was looking at the screen.
It's okay, no one can remember how to spell her name, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. All of us have fucked it up at least once.
I really did pick
You're
A.
okay.
A.
You're okay.
And you're the
yeah.
prettiest one for it.
And you write. You see, Chris writes the name down just to mark some things. And yes, yours was a new lemon cupcake. Yes, a lemon lavender.
Lemon lavender. It was nice and light.
Alrighty then.
Right.
Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else you would like to note before I move forward?
I'm pretty picky about what it comes to I put in my body, but what we put in our body, what I put in my body, I mean, the drink's good. It's keeping me awake. It's keeping me focused.
Right. Turns to Daeriel and then turns back to Guy, then turns back to Daeriel. You said his name was Guy.
Where it's Marshall Guy, actually. You can just call me Guy, though.
Marshall Guy. All right. And I will note the high praise. And lastly, then, I suppose the grand finale of us. I kind of gestures towards Phoebe.
My name's Phoebe. She's also eaten half of the candy floss already. It's all there's a giant. Clearly, she's just been biting it with her face.
Probably
Yeah.
some on her nose.
Yes.
Right. All right. Phoebe, your thoughts on the candy floss?
It's really, really good. I didn't know what it was. Passion, I think, was the name. She told me to come try it, and I'm glad. And Pa was really nice.
He has that effect. Yes. And he writes these things down. Just. All right. Thank you all for your open answers and kind words. The high praise will be noted to Alabaster. Spirit,
Yes.
I believe it is time for you to continue now. And Chris
But
kind
of
of awkwardly
course.
stands there.
Spirit will turn to the others and clap his hands together and say, so, what's next on the agenda? The best tour is one self-led, of course.
Well, he said we shouldn't go on the rides, and the show isn't ready to start yet. So that leaves the games and the freak show?
Yes, it's a bit of an unsavory term, but there's all sorts of manner of fantastical sort of creatures and monsters and the like. But you all seem the adventure-y sort. I'm sure it's not quite as extravagant for you all.
Didn't you want to go see that guy?
Sorry. This is a lot to take in. I feel so underprepared. Normally, I like to boil my entire routine down to a science. You can never be too prepared for this kind of stuff. How about... I'll save what I want for last, so, you go where you want to go next.
Seems what games it is then.
Alright, you guys double back, heading over this direction. The ping did show up on stream, cool. Right past that little front stage, there are 4 shops you can go to, and a total of 7 games. There is a shop that is covered in little crystals. There is a shop with a purple tent covered in little yellow stars. There's a large one with a camera, which is a device unfamiliar to most of you on top. And there is a shop that has a giant potion bottle with this pink liquid inside of it as well. For the games, I wrote them all down. You see there is a strength test game. There is one of those little games where you, like, pick the ducks out of the water, a little ducky game. There are balloon darts, a game set up with these little clown faces and little hoses in front of them. There's a game where you need to throw your ball into a basket and make sure it doesn't bounce out. There's a game with a bunch of targets set up. That also includes a little wand. And finally, there is a simple ring toss game. I can also write this down in the chat for y'all.
I blow you kisses.
I blow you kisses.
Kisses. Phoebe wants to go to the duck game. I'll just say that up front. She wants to go to the duck game.
Yes.
You walk up to the duck game, as I set some stuff up, and you notice, you know, like the little thing of water, going in a circle. There's a bunch of little rubber ducks in the water. And you don't see anyone working there, and then you see a little head pop up. It is that of a little kinku, a little raven folk. He is dressed like a carnival barker. He's got the little wicker hat and everything. And they look at you with these very, very big eyes. And I'll be putting that art on stream momentarily. And they're just looking at you.
Hello?
And they respond in your voice. Hello?
Oh. Is the game open?
Game open! In your voice, repeated back to you.
Okay.
Okay. And they hold their hand out, looking for gold.
You do unfortunately have to pay for the shops and games. That is the one thing that doesn't come with the free pass, I'm afraid.
Luckily for you, I do say looking for gold. One round, to play the ducky game is just a copper piece. Here we go.
Neato.
That's, also Spirit, when they see you, a evil little smirk appears on their face and then go, have to pay, and then they hold their hand out in your direction.
Oh, I'm not even playing!
Playing! Have to
I'm
pay!
not. Oh my god.
Have to pay!
You are so annoying.
Have
You're
to
so
pay!
annoying. No!
Have to pay! And they
Phoebe just hands over the copper piece.
they place it on the table, gesture at the ducks for you, and then hold their hand back out at Spirit and go, have to play, have to pay.
Okay, fine. Will you shut up if I do it? Will you shut up if I do it?
Shut up, shut up.
Oh, fine. I will give the copper piece.
They take it happily. You notice Phoebe's copper piece goes where all of the other game like earnings are supposed to go, Spirits goes in their pocket.
Oh, fuck you. And
Fuck
I will play
you.
the. Oh, fuck you!
Oh, fuck you!
You know what? I'm gonna play your stupid game, and then we're gonna leave. All right, Sploosh?
Sploosh!
Fine. And I'll play the silly duck game.
I need both
He's giving you a
Phoebe.
judging look.
Both Phoebe and Spirit need to roll me a D100.
B100. Oh my god, these are the first rolls!
The first rolls of the game.
For the ducky game.
Exactly 50.
Exactly 50. Wow, you actually got a decent prize.
Nice.
Phoebe?
I'm working it. We're working through it. Please.
Also, God, I
That
love
is-
Sploosh.
Sploosh is so
80.
amazing.
An 80?
Mhm.
Wow. Spirit, you are handed a plushie of a little black raven with big white eyes.
Oh, well, this is just
He's
mocking me
funky.
at this point. He is funky, however. I feel almost insulted.
Phoebe, you watch as Sploosh digs around the back, and he waddles up and he holds up two options for you. In one hand, he has a little goldfish in a bag. In the other hand, he has an even bigger plushie of, like, a dragon. Like, this is, like, a primo-sized prize. Like, whereas Spirit has one that, like, fits in your hand, this is, like, you know, a medium-sized plushie that you would win at a game. They have a few larger ones in the back, you notice. You assume that's if you, like, get the mega prize. So you have a choice of either a little goldfish, or a plushie of a dragon.
Ooh. She looks between the two, and there's a little squeak from inside her hair.
You're right. I should only do one pet.
And she points at the dragon.
Sploosh puts the goldfish back where it was, and hands you the big pink dragon. It's fluffy.
She is going to squeeze it very tightly.
Sploosh, hums a little bit. It is like a little bird song, sort of mimicking what you'd hear, like, in the morning.
Cool.
And goes, playing!
Thank you.
Thank you, playing! And gives a little thumbs up.
She's gonna head back to the group and show off her prize.
Before you head back, Sploosh does look at Spirit, smiles widely, and goes, thank you, playing!
I flip him off and I leave.
I got a plushie.
Hey! Nice work! I don't think I would have been so lucky if I had gone to play that game.
Well, you're just in luck. I also run a prize. You're welcome to have it if you'd like.
Oh, no, I don't need it or anything. I've already got enough of a good luck charm right here to hold me over.
He'll nod. Understandable. For you then, my lady. Turns to Daeriel.
Okay. And she'll take it.
Wonderful. Any of the other games or shops strike any of your fancy?
I'm tempted to try. I just, don't want to cause anyone else any problems.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't.
You say that.
Well, now you've got me intrigued, my good sir.
Yeah, there's one thing I'm known for. It's, not having good luck, that's for sure.
That's quite
well,
unfortunate.
why not? I'll give it a try. I'm just taking a look at the list of games here. You know what? A guy will head over to the Wand Slinger. Well, if it's the very least I can brush up on my survival skills.
You approach the wand slinger as I grab, there he is. At first it looks like there's no one there, and then you hear, well, hello there, my friend. And there is a gust of air, and you see a man appear. He is an air genasi, kind of sloppily dressed, windy hair. His body is covered in these little cracks, that sort of are clearly producing the air current that is keeping his hair in motion. Well, hello there, my friend. Are you here to give my humble game a try?
Yeah, sure. I'm not exactly the luckiest guy in the world, so, I'm here for the fun of it.
Well, my friend, there is no luck involved in this game. This is all skill. You're gonna take the wand, you see the wand? You know what a wand is, my friend, right?
Yeah, I've defended myself with one before.
Then good. You should know. You're gonna point the wand at the target. You are going to hit the little wand on the button. You are not actually going to cast a spell. We do not cast spells in the circus. That is a bad idea. And you could hurt someone, friend. Don't want to knock an eye out. No, you are going to hit a little button. A little stream of magic is going to come out of the wand, and it is going to try and hit the target you aim it at. Knock down the target, win a prize. Easy as that, my friend. That will be 3 copper pieces.
Oh, yeah, sure. Good thing I've been pinching copper pieces just for a day like this.
And what a fine, wonderful day it is. A great day to be spending money, though I think any day is a great day to be spending money. Who doesn't like a little bit of a splurge day every once in a while?
Yeah, man, sure, whatever you say. Guy slides over the 3 copper pieces.
He pockets it, and he hands you the wand. I need you to make me a ranged spell attack.
Oh my god, the first real roll.
Oh, okay. That would be with... I'll just roll. I'm just gonna roll a spell on D&D Beyond. I'll just give you the total.
That's fine.
That is a 17.
A 17. Awesome. I now need you to roll me another D20.
Just a flat D20?
Just a flat D20. This one's a luck check. Because you hit the target.
Okay.
So let's see if it actually
the
goes
D20.
down.
I rolled a 3. Can I expend a point of lucky?
Yes, you can.
Right. For the uninformed, as Guy goes to go about line up his shot, you can see he kind of fiddles with his good luck charm a little bit. And this time he's stage whispering to it, but it flickers and glows for just a brief second. And I am going to show that I have used one use of lucky. And I'm going to re-roll that d20. Flat d20 roll. Oh, okay, that was better. That was a 13.
A 13. You aim your shot, you fire, and to your and seemingly Jason's surprise, the target actually falls down.
Ah, nice! He quickly, very feverishly and very checking over his shoulder to make sure no one's watching, but he does whisper down to his good luck charm. Thanks for that!
You do that, and you are handed a prize. The prize you get is I forgot to write down what all of the prizes were, so admittedly I am bullshitting them. This was a bit of a harder prize to win. You get a long snake plushie. It's intricately detailed, and you can tell that this was one of the harder prizes to win, as it actually has a little magnet in the front little mouth bit and a magnet on the tail, so you can kind of almost wear it like a sash. Well, 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 color me surprised, my friend. You have a very, very good aim. He almost seems like a little pissed that you won.
Yeah! Looks like I've got someone watching out for me.
Yeah,
I'm
clearly.
not... He does kind of fiddle with the snake plush's magnets and kind of coils it around his arm. Nice! An intimidation factor like this will scare off any shambling mound of flesh. I owe you one.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Real scary. He's kind of lost interest, seeing, that you already won the game. Daeriel, is there a game you'd like to play?
Could I try the ring toss?
Yeah. You approach the ring toss game while Guy is handling the game. You walk up, and to your surprise, with another gust of wind, the same person that Guy is still talking to is now talking to you as well. Hello, hello, hello there, little lady. Are you here to try out this wonderful game of mine?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That will be 2 copper pieces for 3 rings. All you gotta do is get the little rings on the hook. Get more rings on there, then you get bigger and greater prizes.
Okay. I can try.
Alright, just the 2 copper pieces. And kind of holds out his greasy palm.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, and you are handed 3 little rings. Midnight, what I need you to do, is you need to make me 3... I do actually think this would be... You can either roll a ranged attack... oh god. Sorry, I was scrolling through, my tabs. Oh god, why is music playing? That was sensory overload for a second. You need to roll for me either ranged spell attacks or perception checks. Basically, it is either or, your choice, whatever you do better. Not a spell attack. It will be like as if you were throwing something, like a javelin.
We're definitely going with perception.
Alrighty, so I need you to roll me 3 perception checks. If you hit the target, then you get a ring onto the hoop. Or not the hoop, the little stick. You know what I mean.
Well, holy shit.
Holy shit.
So the first one is 13 plus 5, which is 18. The second one is 18 plus 5, which is 23. And this third one is a natural 20, so 25.
What? Bruh.
I'm not even gonna make you roll the luck check for the rigged game. With the nat 20, I think that just negates it. As you land all 3 of your rings on the same hoop. And you see Jason's eye start twitching.
Well, wow, that was pretty impressive.
You some kind of fucking wizard or something? Jesus Christ, whatever. And you see him, like, walk to the back, and he, like, has to get a little ladder so he can climb up and get you one of the big prizes that's hanging up top. Oh, Let's make this a fun little flavor moment. What's Daeriel's favorite animal or fantasy creature?
Favorite? Definitely a phoenix.
You watch as he carefully, like, unhooks this giant phoenix plushie. Like, it's one of those plushies that you see at the amusement parks that, like, you're just like, how the fuck did they win that game? And he reluctantly holds it out to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, you can only win one of the big prizes a day, so don't think that you can, replicate this, okay? Because this game is now closed to you. Bye-bye! And you watch as he disappears in a gust of air.
Okay. Have a good day. And Daeriel's gonna squeeze her little blush.
It's not little, it's very big. It is like half the
It's
size
very
of you.
big.
From the corner, Chrysanthemum just kind of pokes over towards Daeriel and just goes, I don't think I've ever seen someone win one of the giant prizes from this game. That's... Your hand-eye coordination is of note.
I mean, I guess I'm pretty good.
Well, it's impressive. You are, as Spirit said, very interesting guest. I hope you've been enjoying your experience so far.
Yeah, I have been.
Excellent. Write something down.
Do you always take surveys?
No, I was assigned for it on today specifically. I actually write the performances. I'm the choreographer, I suppose.
Oh wow, that's a pretty important job.
I would like to think so, but there's no brand new routines for tonight's performance, so my services were best used elsewhere tonight.
Well, that's cool. We get to meet you though.
Well, thank you. If you are interested, I will happily tell you what I know about the shows if we have the time to see them. If that is something that you are interested in, of course. I do not want to bother your day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how long this all will take, but it's certainly very interesting.
Well, certainly. In any case, I should be bringing you back to your friends. It appears you've all managed to win prizes. How impressive.
Chris, I will say, it is impressive. Especially for Jason's games. You know for a fact he rigs those.
Yeah. Chris kind of like looks at, as they're kind of heading back to the group, Chris kind of gives Jason a look that's just kind of like, oh shit, oh shit.
He sees you do that. Chrysanthemum, maybe you make me a dexterity saving throw.
You push your luck. Alright, let's see. See how it goes. 12 and 2, 14.
14. I will say that is enough to keep your bearings. He did just cast Gust of Wind on you in an attempt to topple you over and make you look like a goof. So you do stumble, but you're able to keep your balance, and he just flips you off. Double bird.
He just kind of gives a little, like, polite smile in return and just walks back to the others.
Alright. What would the party like to do next? Would you like to play any other games, or would you like to move on to one of the shops, or go somewhere else? Goodness gracious me.
I'm kind of interested in what's going on at the freak show, I guess.
God, almost forgot! And that's the whole reason I wanted to come here in the first place. Way to put your survival skills in the back of the bus, guy.
Okay.
Well, it's right along this way.
You all start walking to the freak show. And the vibes of this area are a bit different. You see that the whole section, it's walled off with a fence. They have a couple of circus cars lined up with a large tarp over top, all leading to a big top. Fucking hell, don't play the theme. Leading to a large big top, that you can get to. It's the smallest tent you've seen so far.
If I may note, Chris actively bristles as they get closer.
I'm grabbing a song. It's a song I use so frequently, yet I can never remember the name of it.
Oh no.
Guy fiddles with his good luck charm for a moment and stage whispers loud enough for just about everyone else to hear. Take notes! I feel like we're gonna learn some valuable information that'll benefit for both of our survivals.
Oh, but of course, well, the show is more, for performances rather than, education. But I'm sure you could get something out of it if you're interested in, that sort of thing.
Standing guard, in front of the little gate is one of the most unsettling men you've ever seen. He is wearing a large lab coat, smoking a cigarette. One of his eyes is not only scarred over, but stitched closed. He looks up at you all, complete disinterest. As I put his token up on screen, both Chris and Spirit would recognize this man as Saray.
Good day, Saray.
Oh no, he's British, I forgot. Sorry, he's not German and weird. Someone else is German and weird. He's British. Hello there.
Hello. I am taking people out on a little tour of the circus today on Alabaster's request. May we enter?
He looks over, points at Phoebe. Is that one a child?
Are you a child? I didn't ask. No.
She looks very displeased with this.
He blows smoke in your general direction, Phoebe. That's fine then. Children aren't allowed in the freak show. And he just, unhooks the little chain and pulls it back. Be mindful when you go in there, not to put your hands through the bars of any of the cages. We cannot be held liable for any injuries you might sustain if you aggravate the ones inside.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm looking to keep my brain intact today, thank you very much. But,
You have a brain.
Of course I do, and I take excellent care of it at that. Jeez.
Don't mind, Saray. They're, the perfect person to run this place.
But of course, and no one's gotten hurt as long as you have, just an ounce of common sense. Right this way.
Phoebe would like to make sure that she's at the back of the pack, actually. Because as they go in, she's going to... She doesn't care if Spirit or Chris hears, but she makes sure that Daeriel and Guy wouldn't. But she's going to turn to Saray and go,
You know how you said not to aggravate the things in the cages?
He blinks at you.
You shouldn't aggravate the things outside the cages either.
He blows smoke in your face. Direct puff of smoke to cloud your lungs.
She will probably cough a little bit as she enters. She's trying to keep it subtle. She's like, man, I wanted to be cool. Shit.
Yeah, he was thoroughly unamused. As you all enter into the freak show section, You notice a variety of different figures. There is, I'm just pulling them all up. You see monsters. You see a two-headed owl bear, a very small black dragon, a chimera, a man who is large and hairy with glowing red eyes and moth wings. You see a dog that is burning with hellfire. You see a cat with strange tentacles coming off of it. There are also some people in here as well. I'm just pulling up my list. And I will leave these lists in the in-call as well. There is a woman who is currently stretching and positioning herself into odd poses. You see her entire body seems to be made of pure crystal. There is a snake woman. Her eyes are cloudy and gray, and the snakes that writhe as her hair bite blindly. You're taken aback as you realize it's a gorgon, but you see her eyes aren't focused. Her eyes don't seem to see anything. You see a man with pale browny orange skin. His horns are like trees. He sits on a large tree branch that juts out, or rather into the cage. He sits on it lazily, glaring at the crowd that walks by. You see inside one of the cages is a tube. There's a merman in there. His skin is translucent. You can see his bones, his organs. He has a little anglerfish an angle that glows in the dim light. You see what you think you were told about before, a small goblin-looking creature, except her teeth are far too big, far too sharp. Her hair is wild with the patterns of a hyena. She has a large tail growing. Her feet and hands are that of a clawed creature, and she's covered in scars. Next, luckily, is a bit more of a friendly sight. A bunny person, almost like a herringon, but a bit too furry, with 2 horns sprouting from his head. And finally, the most outlandish of them all, this figure of a woman. Her body is made of stars. She's like looking into a perfect night sky as she floats there. I will be putting all of the tokens that I can on stream. It will just take a minute.
Alright. I know I've had some pretty, crackpot theories about all the things that go, bump in the night or whatever, but, I don't think I'm prepared for these ones.
Well, I can assure you most of them are quite harmless, except for that one. Well, maybe some of the actual creatures are, don't put your fingers where they, might be able to snap at you. But in general, most of them are okay.
How's Chris looking?
Chris is very unhappy to be in here. I think they're like kind of staying a bit further behind, and I think who's in the back? Because I would imagine Spirit's up in the front, right?
Actually, Spirit is kind of in the middle. He seems to, although he is hiding it quite well, he seems antsy in the sense that he does not want to be here long, but is doing whatever the guests want to go see and being a good host that way. But he is making a big show of it, and answering people's questions and pointing out all the cool, exciting things.
Phoebe's probably near the back because she tried to intimidate a man.
So guys kind of towards the middle because they were talking spirit. Where's Daeriel?
Daeriel is in front apparently, but unhappy about it. Her shoulders are like almost at the tips of her ears.
So sort of floating in the back, Chris kind of, maybe only Phoebe or a couple people can hear this, I think. As they're passing people in the freak show by, you just kind of hear Chris going, "You're doing a great job. Excellent work. Thank you for your time. Thank you." To the people in there.
Phoebe wants to tug on Chris's sleeve.
Oh? Yes.
And she points to the tube.
Yes. The tube. That's, my brain short fried. We're talking about... Yeah, okay.
Little fishy boy.
Yes, you would know that the show name, I included the show names for all of them. His show name is The Glass Siren.
Yes. Well, do you have any questions about our, glass siren?
She frowns a little bit.
Is he okay?
Yes. What I know. His name is Zink. I think they're doing quite alright for himself. He's a kind sort, but, you know.
Okay.
Phoebe. Zink notices you staring and looks at you quizzitively. It tilts its head.
She tilts her head the same direction.
It looks a bit surprised that you're acknowledging him. Tilts head in the other direction.
She'll do the same again.
Smiles a little, and very slowly, as if being careful not to disturb anything, waves.
She doesn't go nearly as slow, but she'll do a little tiny wave back.
He just kind of watches you.
I don't think she's gonna do anything. I think she just wants to sit there and parallel play.
The two of you parallel play. What interests the other folks here?
In the midst of all this happening, Guy appears to be having a silent, one-sided argument with his trinket. One that he is, from what the occasional odd word can be heard, in a desperate losing fight.
Wow, all of you could fit in perfectly here, it seems. Except for you, I don't know quite what your deal is. Daeriel, right?
Oh, hi.
How are you enjoying the show so far?
She kind of you see her open her mouth, and just kind of like, and then she doesn't say anything. There's just like no words coming out. For a hot second there. She kind of looks around. There's a couple of tail flicks. I'm sure. It's
You seem troubled. I sure do hope I'm not being a terrible host.
No, it's okay. She's so trying so hard to find something nice to say about people in cages. It's not working. She's gonna kind of look around, and she's going to
Oh, if it makes you feel better, they're not in here all the time. It's for theatrics of the show, of course.
Oh, oh, that's good. And she's gonna walk over to the blind Medusa.
You walk up. She does not acknowledge your presence, save for one of her ears flicks as you walk close. She just stands there quietly. She mutters under her breath. Sylvia, do you speak Infernal?
Daeriel does indeed speak.
Or sorry,
Infernal.
Daeriel. I said Sylvia. Sorry.
Daeriel does.
You actually hear her mutter, under her breath. Another one to gawk and stare. I wonder, though, will they be quiet about it? Strange times.
Daeriel's gonna go, you prefer people to be quiet in Infernal?
She seems a bit shocked. Ears twitching a bit. I apologize. I was not aware. You spoke the tongue.
It's I had to. I learned it in school. It's not. I was just curious.
I may return
wanted
to
to say hi.
silence if you wish.
If you want to, I guess. I just thought maybe
Her head tilts. You are thinking? What were you thinking?
I don't know. I just thought maybe you'd like. Just thought maybe I'd say hi.
Well,
If I'm
then,
bothering you all, go.
hello. It's seldom someone speaks the tongue and uses it for polite conversation. You've caught me a bit off guard.
She's so floundering. She's so floundering. Well, I'm glad to be of conversation, I guess.
It's nothing that I'm used to. I'm not much of a conversationalist.
Not great at it either, I have to say.
You are kind. That's more than I can say for many others.
I try to be.
Take consolation in that you succeed.
That's very nice of you to say.
Is it?
I think so. Usually it is.
I apologize. I am not one. She kind of just trails off a bit, lost in thought. You see her head tilts in a different direction. It's not that she's losing interest, more she is fading.
I think talking to you was very nice.
Thank you for the conversation.
My pleasure.
I would continue your excursion. Most heckle when they see me. I do not wish for you to be heckled as well.
Ooh, I don't think Daeriel knows how to respond to that. She feels so bad.
We can cut to another party member if you'd like.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Guy.
I have something.
Yes, I was about to ask.
Guy's very heated one-side debate has seemingly come to a close as he kind of forcibly shoves the good luck charm in his pocket, and you can see he's bickering with it, albeit in a whispering tone. He's going to make his way over to the area for the contortionist that we saw on our way in.
Just type in one thing real quick. You approach, you see this small, very short woman, only about, like, 4'6", 4'8" maybe, with the little horn, doing these rather intricate poses. Every time, bits of her skin touch together, you can hear the soft clinking of the crystal that makes up her body.
Shiny. Wait a second. Crystals. Crystals. Guy reaches into his satchel and pulls out a series of loosely strung pieces of old withered parchment with chicken scratch scrawlings on them, and just begins rapidly flipping through them. Just flip through page, watch what it is she's doing, flip through a couple more pages, watch what it is she's doing, flip back through a couple more pages. The pages are being strewn around his feet or pulled back up and tossed back into his satchel. Oh my god. I figured it out.
I think at this point, she's noticed you and is just looking a little horrified.
Excuse me?
Hi. You're excused, I think. Can I help you?
Sorry, I don't mean to intrude. I know this is all, a lot performative or not, but, you're made of crystals, right?
Yeah, yes. I am made of crystals. That's kind of my whole thing here. I'm Genevieve. And she does like a little half bow in your direction.
Oh! Well, hi, I'm Guy, Marshall Guy. You can just call me Guy, though. But I couldn't help but notice the way that you were, and Guy makes a very awkward attempt to mimic Jem's movements. He's able to do so, but not to the same degree that she was.
Please be careful. I'm a trained professional in my contortionism, and I don't want to see you get hurt, but yes, that is, sorry, what did you need?
Look, I'm something of a athleticist when it comes to survival instinct. He's still continuing to make very poor lapses in his judgment in an effort to show that he's demonstrating at least some concept of athleticism and dexterity, for lack of a better term.
Oh dear.
And the way that you move, it's perfect.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Actually, she notices what you're doing, and she starts doing her own moves. She's trying to be subtle about the fact that she's starting to do very easy tricks in the hope that Guy will mimic her so that he doesn't hurt himself.
He makes an effort to contort his body accordingly, and there's a few muffled "eat." I got it.
You're doing wonderful.
Still got it.
You're wonderful. You got it. You're so talented.
You've got to be light on your feet when you're dealing with the threat of the undead.
I think you say that and she falls over. Undead? There's undead?
I guess you wouldn't have to worry about that, being that your skin's made out of crystal. Zombies can't break through rock crystal, so you might be the perfect ally.
Oh, and she kind of like awkwardly stands back up. I mean, it's a bit more than my skin, but, yeah, I guess that's a good point. I have never really thought about that before. I should ask Malachar about that later. Huh. She kind of like gets lost in thought, like the hand on the chin, thinking about it.
As she's doing this, Guy is continuing to contort and adjust accordingly. There's a little bit of cracking and I don't want to say snapping or breaking sound, but definitely like unfurling some knots.
Mm-hmm.
You go one day without stretching.
Well, that's...
The Horde won't wait for me to be finished with my morning stretches. But this has been a very insightful conversation.
I'm glad, I think. I would definitely suggest, if you want to do the kinds of moves that I do, that you do stretch every day. And I guess if you like crystals, and she kind of like looks around the like little setup she has inside of the cage. Hers is one of the more furnished ones. It has a couple of rings hanging from the ceiling that she can pose on, a few like pillows for her to sit on in case she needs a rest. She eventually just kind of sighs and rips off a lock of her hair and holds it out. Here, since you like crystals so much, to protect you from the undead horde. And she just like smiles really awkwardly.
Yeah. Guy takes it and like he's like holding it very closely, examining it in uncomfortable detail. You can hear him mutter like "shiny"
She's so
under his breath a couple of times.
God.
Mina, thanks. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure how it is you did that, but
It's hair for me, so it's kind of it's thin. It's pure crystal. Have a good day. And she like awkwardly scoots to the back of like where the pillow pile is to sit down.
it regrows? Oh my god! This is perfect! I've got to write this down right away!
Chrysanthemum!
Spirit and Chris are just standing in the middle of this hall, and he's just looking at the three of them, talking to these various people. Just... wow. They all look like they could belong here, which I suppose means that I chose either well or poorly, depending on your perspective.
I think it's nice that they're getting conversation.
Oh, I didn't mean your perspective. I meant just like in general perspective. But I mean, sure, fine.
Sorry. And they just shut up.
Actually, Genevieve in her panic actually calls out, Chrysanthemum!
Yes, Genevieve.
She kind of, like, scoots over to the side of the cage, like, leaning up to the bars and just points, Can you get the weird guy away from me, please? He seems nice, but I'm getting a little stressed. And, like, you notice hairline cracks are forming across her, her neck. And, when I get stressed, I start to flake, and I don't want to flake because it's still really early in the day, and if I get all cracked before my performance later...
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Guy,
What do you want?
can I take you to something I think would gain your interest?
Oh, yeah, sure, man. He kind of tucks the lock that Jem offered him and kind of wraps it in the parchment that he had unfurled from his pack. I'll trust you.
Certainly. And Chris just kind of slowly, lazily guiding Guy away. Probably toward... Oh, you go, Sleepy.
Sorry to interrupt, but as you guide Guy away, Spirit next to you, shooting through the canopy over the tent, a flaming arrow lands in the ground at your feet.
What the fuck?
You hear howls and cackles as a few more arrows shoot through. People, like the general populace, are starting to scream and run for the tent. As you notice, jumping through the now open rips in the canopy, 3 goblins and 2 gnolls with their weapons drawn, ready to attack.
Everyone, please stay calm. The personnel at the circus will handle this.
I need everyone to roll initiative as
boy.
I move us to the battle map.
It's combat time.
Let's go!
Not great on my initiative roll, but that's fine.
Why did I crit on initiative?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Chrysanthemum is ready to help.
He is ready to fight.
Also, I hope y'all like the map. I made it using... What the fuck is the name of the program I use? Dungeon Draft.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna be using it to make all of the maps in the game, so look forward to that.
Nice.
Cool.
Look at our little tokens, we're so fancy.
Yep,
We're so
everyone has
little.
tokens. Everyone should be able to move themselves, I think.
Let's test this out. Let's see.
I'm a liar, some people can't.
Yes.
Bubbly, you should be able to move yourself.
Let's see.
In Midnight, everyone should be able to move their token.
Cool.
Yes. I can move.
To justify the crit in initiative, I think Chris was already on high alert because of Genevieve asking for them to get Guy out, you know?
Yeah.
So the moment that stuff happened, their brain was still on that and just immediately whipped around, you know?
Oh, of course. You had a little lady to take care of.
One of our performers requested aid.
Most certainly. Does everyone have their initiatives?
Yes.
You want them in the
I
chat?
got mine in chat.
Actually, I'm gonna go down in my little order, and you're all gonna give me... I'm gonna leave the Freak Show crew outlining the overlay. I think it looks cool.
It's cool.
So, Chris, what's your total initiative?
It is in total a 22.
22.
Damn.
Spirit, what is your initiative?
Total 11.
11. Alrighty. Guy.
I got a 5.
And you added that in. Phoebe.
17.
17. And Daeriel?
I got a 9 and I put it in.
Alright, rolling for the goblins. That is... Oh, they rolled good. 16 plus 2 is an 18. And rolling for the gnolls. That is a... Damn, Jesus Christ, they're here to party. That is a 16. Alright, I will put that in descending order. Chrysanthemum, you are up first. You notice that now on top of the cages there are 3 goblins and 2 gnolls. All of them look ready to attack. You don't know what their intentions are, but they certainly seem to be causing damage considering the flaming arrows.
Immediately, without thinking, Chris whips around. I'm imagining towards the bigger group. Or actually, no, the 2 are right in front of him, so he's going to look over there. And I think Chris is clearly stressed, and that is revealing itself because the wispy hair is going up more and more, and the scarf is starting to pick up with it, kind of floating up at the end.
Ooh, that's cool.
And I think... it's kind of fun to do this. Okay, so I think Chris is, like, freaking out a little and trying to think of what to do, and is forming magic in their hand, trying to think of what spell to cast that might help, and before they can even really think, they're just throwing it out. And that panic response is how I'm justifying Chaos Bolt.
Ooh, fun. Roll to hit.
Let's
Here, I will mark these little guys for you. We got red gobbo, blue gnoll, green gnoll, orange gobbo, and purple gobbo.
I am going to try and hit red, I think.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to hope that I roll to hit. I crit on the initiative. I beef it here. 13.
That hits.
Excellent, excellent. So, Chaos Bolt's a bit of a funky spell. So I have to roll 2d8 plus 1d6. And I will need to figure out what the d8 is, because I'm... 8 and 7. Okay, so that's... Oh, beautiful, excellent. That's what 7's perfect. So then I have to add the other d6. So 8, 7... 4. Okay, so 8... Oh, jeez. Okay, I forgot how much damage Chaos Bolt does. God. So that's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of psychic damage.
Jesus fucking Christ! Yeah, you more than just annihilate this goblin. Holy fucking shit. Sorry, I did not realize that Chaos Bolt did that much damage. You watch as you just shoot this blast of pink psychic energy at this goblin. It goes directly into their forehead, and they scream out in something in Goblin that you cannot understand as it falls flat on its back, just catatonic.
That happens, and Chrysanthemum, like, looks at their hands, like, oh dear. And then as sort of the end of their turn, they're going to... No, not yet. They just kind of do that, and are looking around at the fallen goblin, and just like,
Yeah, its little body is a bit slumped. There we go. I had to refresh the Roll20 just because for whatever reason it didn't want to match what I had on the stream. It is now the other 2 goblins' turns. Rolls will not always be public, but it makes it easier for me right now to do so. Since I'm trying to speed through this a little bit, I won't lie. One's gonna go for Chris. The other is gonna spread the love, however, and go for Daeriel because she's the other big target. The one going for Daeriel is going to try to stab. The one up here is going to stay on this cart and is going to try to shoot at him. So we're going to handle Chris first. That is a nat 1. It falls prone onto the ground as it just completely fails. Like the bowstring on its bow snaps and it loses balance. And just falls over flat, making a complete ass of itself.
Thanks.
Daeriel, this one rolled like shit. I highly doubt a 9 hits you.
Nope.
It runs up and just swings wildly at you, but you are pretty easily able to just use your wing to bat it back, preventing it from striking you. Phoebe!
Well, since they are right here, who do I want? Phoebe basically, instantly, upon seeing that there are guys jumping out of nowhere, she also went into panic mode. She basically she pulled her dress up a little bit, reached into her boot, and pulled out a dagger.
I will also give you the little extra out-of-character knowledge that because this guy's prone, you'll have advantage to hit him.
Hee hee hoo hoo. Then yes, absolutely. Which color is that again? Because I'll move right up to get in his face.
Purple.
Orple. Hello. But I'm gonna get right in his face with my dagger, and I want to hit him with it.
Alright, roll the hit.
And... Please. Please, I'm trying to... There we go. Maybe. Thank you. Well, I didn't roll great. That's a total of 9 to hit.
Unfortunately. Is that a... Did you give yourself advantage?
I did not because I'm stupid.
You have advantage. He's on the ground.
That's better. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. Then I will roll for that damage. That is a total of 5 piercing damage.
Alright, it is barely alive. Kind of holding on by a thread as you just stab your dagger directly down into its gut, and it just goes like... Is there anything else you want to do, Phoebe?
I do not think so.
Alright, it is now the Gnoll's turn. This one is gonna go 5, 10, 15. Does not much appreciate you stabbing its friend, Phoebe. So it would like to stab you in return. It is going to try and spear you. A little bit
That's
of
fair.
spear fishing. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Alrighty, first blood of the enemies. You are going to take... Ooh, 8 damage. Jesus Christ.
Oof.
How much health do you have left?
I'm checking because this number feels wrong.
You have a... You're level 1. I'm worried that might be all of it.
Remind me what the... I feel like I may have fucked up
is
my
D8.
sheet.
Rogue is D8, so you have a minimum of 8 plus your con.
Does Phoebe have any bonus to con?
Yes, she does. So I have 3 hit points left.
Thank God.
Yes, don't worry. I'm fixing my sheet right now. Don't worry about it. I didn't fuck up at all.
This other Gnoll is very much not happy at Chris for shooting its goblin buddy, and is gonna try to stab him with... Or actually, he's not gonna stab. He want bite. Does a unnatural 20 bite the boy?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Chrysanthemum, your arm, the same one that you held extended to cast that spell, is bit into by this Gnoll, and you take 4 piercing damage as it sinks its jaw into your flesh.
Oh, love losing half my HP.
Spirit, is now your turn.
Excellent. Spirit is going to, I guess I don't need to move. I can stay there. That's fine. And he is going to reach out a hand towards the, group that is around Daeriel and Phoebe, and little, sunshiny, glowy light extends from his hands, and he casts Bane on the trio of them.
Alrighty.
So I need some charisma saves.
Oh, they're so charismatic. Rolling
Yeah, sure.
For the first goblin for orange, rolling for the gnoll, and rolling for the prone goblin. The highest... Oh, wow, 2 13s. The goblins are in sync. But they have a -1, so it's actually only a 12.
Cool, well my DC's a 14, so they all fail anyway.
They all fail. They are all baned. I will mark it with this little...
Yeah, so
sparkly
they roll a d4 and then subtract that number from attacks and saving throws.
Alrighty.
And then Spirit is going to just call out, "Whoa, be careful out there!" And cast a, or not cast, but do a bardic inspiration for Phoebe.
Phoebe, I will give you a little, mark. You get this little heart.
You get a little heart, and what is the bardic? It's a d6 right now.
Cool.
If you're not doing any movement, then Daeriel, it is your turn.
Okay. Who was the one who just did the really big damage to like... This one did a lot of damage to Chris, right?
This one did a lot of damage to Phoebe, and this one did a lot of damage to Chris.
I don't think that's very nice, but I can only get one of you with this. I think, Daeriel looks kind of like, what are we doing here? And she is gonna try and grab this gnoll and cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Alrighty.
good.
Is that a roll to hit or a save?
That is a roll to hit. That's a 19 plus 5.
Yeah,
Oh.
that hits.
There was an old there.
Grab my d10s. I rolled 2 below average, so 5. That's 11 necrotic damage.
11 necrotic damage on the gnoll.
Yeah.
Alright, that is just enough, to take this guy out. These guys clearly aren't the beefiest in existence, but you're doing good work. This gnoll is fucking dead. I like to rot it.
Yeah, I like to think that, like, Daeriel just comes up behind and just grabs onto his shoulder, and then it starts to steam and melt away under her hand as the necrotic energy burns through it.
Cool.
She's so hot.
She is very hot.
God damn.
God damn. Don't mess with Daeriel. Do you do anything as a bonus action?
I'm a cleric. I don't have anything on my bonus.
Throwing it to guy.
Ever.
Okay, I'm just double checking everything. An action. That's a bonus action. Okay. Guy who has been cowering in fear between Chris and Daeriel kind of smacks himself across the face. This is not a drill soldier! And he's going to reach into his pocket for his good luck charm. Desperate times call for desperate measures! And I'm going to target the prone goblin. Can I get a... Just double checking. Can I get a wisdom save? I'm casting Toll the Dead.
Yes, you can. That is a 15. Or wait,
Don't
nope.
forget the
That is a
bee.
14 with a d4 removed. So that is, ooh, that is definitely a fail. I don't even want to do the math. That's a fail at that point.
Okay, so Toll the Dead kicks in. And is that goblin damaged as of this point in time?
Yes, it is. Phoebe did a stab.
Alright, so that goes from a d10 to a d12. fun. All right, let me just roll that real quick. Oh, wow, that's really good. Do I add mod to that? I don't think I add mod to that, do I?
Not to Toll of the Dead. That would you would with Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So yeah, that is 10 points of necrotic damage.
You fucking you corpseify this thing. It is wrinkly. There's like the toll of the gong.
Yep. When Guy casts Tolls the Dead, he swings his good luck charm around and smacks it against his open palm, which makes the sound.
Yeah, you watch this goblin just wither in front of you. There is a gnoll left, and there is a goblin left, and it is now Chrysanthemum's turn.
I think Chris is looking at the one that's up in his face, obviously. Especially seeing how well the trio of Guy, Daeriel, and Phoebe are doing watching each other's backs. Chris kinda sees this gnoll come up to them and is just like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, and I need them to make a wisdom saving throw.
It will, but actually, as you say that, it growls out, "You have something that belongs to us." That is a nat 1.
Oh, good. So I'm casting Dissonant Whispers. That just makes sense, because Dissonant Whispers has a run thing, which is what Chris was kind of hoping for, if not a kill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's cool with you, Chris will ask before the spell is cast, what would that be?
One of ours. And that's all you're gonna get before the spell kicks in.
Okay. So that is in total 13 damage.
It is dead.
It is... Oh.
We're so good.
It is 13 psychic damage. So I think what happens is Chrysanthemum is like listening to them as they say one of ours, and Chris goes, wait, and then boom. And they just sort of look in horror as the gnoll drops. Almost as if they were trying to ask their own mind to stop.
It is now the goblin's turn. This lone goblin is looking amongst the bodies of its comrades, clearly overwhelmed and outnumbered. It's gonna disengage and climb back up, and is going to climb in the hole of the canopy, because there are these little canopies over, but there's like the big one over everything. And it looks back at you all and it's like, "Oi! You blokes ain't seen the last of us yet. I'm gonna go tell the group around you. Don't think you've won." And it is going to leave. Thus ending the combat.
Hell yeah.
You all have a moment to kind of just breathe after that horrifying situation. You were all just attacked. You were not in a very good spot right now. But you are alive. You survived. And that is a lot more than someone else in your position might be able to say.
Chris is just staring at the gnoll they took out, just like,
Oh, well done, everyone. I suppose that's what I get. You all seem the adventuring sort, and, well, I suppose you did not disappoint.
Daeriel, Phoebe, you guys okay?
I'm fine.
Phoebe sits down on the ground.
Oh, are you alright?
I will be.
Okay. Well, if you need some help, just let me know. I can do something.
If it doesn't go away, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Normally would be about the time that I'd ask for everyone to do bite checks, but you know, maybe today's not the best day for you. Just let us know if you need anything, okay?
She gives a little nod and makes a little noise.
You guys actually hear two people approaching, and they're on the wrong fucking layer. Of course they are. Pay no mind to the DM doing things in the background. You see a woman approaching with a large parasol, looking very concerned. By her side is an obscenely buff man, with orange, black, and white hair. And they're approaching, looking around concerned. All other patrons of the circus have kind of moved out of the way by now. And Alabaster is looking panically at the bodies and then sees Chris and Spirit and walks up and pulls the two of them into a hug and is like hugging them and squeezing their faces like, "Oh, my boys, are you two all right? Well, what happened there?"
It's quite all right. Alabaster, there's a whole bunch of, goblins and gnolls, and there was a flaming arrow that shot through the roof. We're gonna have to repair that. But
I can
everything is fine.
I can have Todrick mend it. Everything's okay. You're okay. Why is things being funky right now on the roll 20? You're fine. Don't worry about it. And Chrysanthemum, are you all right?
I'm okay.
You're okay? All right. You're okay. Goodness gracious, by the gods. Was that just... And she kind of looks at the party. Oh, the stars? Where are my manners? Hi there, everybody. My name is Alabaster Tourmaline. I am the owner of this establishment, and I am just so terribly sorry for whatever y'all just experienced. I swear to you, that was an unprecedented circumstance.
Well, we're always happy to help.
And you watch as the man, kind of coughs a bit. Oh, hello there. Sorry. Are any of you hurt? You watch him reach into his, bag and pull out some bandages and, a healing potion. Chris, why don't you come over here? Hey, there we go. That's my voice. Ma'am, kind of looking at Phoebe, that looks nasty. You want to come over?
She just wordlessly kind of gets up and walks over. She's doing the little pleading eyes again.
He very carefully hands you a healing potion, and starts bandaging up Chris's arm. Tulio, by the way. I thought I was going to have to handle the threat, but, seems like you all made it here before I did. Sorry about that. Must have interrupted your fun.
It's fine, I guess.
We were here.
And thank the stars that you were here. I can't be more grateful. You're the group that Spirit must have chose on, aren't you?
Yes, I chose them myself.
Well, darling, she squishes Spirit's face. You must have impeccable taste to pick such capable folks. I swear if you'd have picked anyone else, I can't even begin to imagine what the casualties could have been if y'all weren't here to stop that. She kind of fans herself, and Tulio quickly has to grab her before she faints.
I'm happy to help.
I'm happy to have y'all here. I need to repay you. Or, my friends, I have a bit of an odd proposition for you. Of course I'm going to compensate you. Any money you've spent today, I will reimburse you. But I have an odd question. Are you three looking for a job by chance?
We were kind of between jobs at the moment.
Please tell me whatever job you're about to ask for doesn't involve a cat.
She kind of like tilts her head awkwardly, and you're not sure why, but Tulio turns a little pink when you say that.
Don't worry about it.
That was.
No, the hope is that it wouldn't involve cats. It's security, actually. This little circus, I would absolutely love to say that this ain't the first time, that this is the first time that, we've had a mighty awful scare like this, but unfortunately, we can't be so lucky. Normally, Tulio takes care of it, but, well, they caused such a ruckus, he wasn't able to get around to the fight before the fighting started, clearly. And, well, if I could have a few people around here keeping up the good fight and making sure that all our patrons stay safe, well, I'd be willing to pay just about anything. Well, not anything. I'm gonna offer y'all free room and board, food and board, of course, and I'd say 10 gold a week.
Phoebe looks at the other two with big eyes.
Hey, that sounds, like a, that sounds like an interesting proposition.
I'd rather take my odds in here than I would out there. Okay. I'll trust you.
Oh, my stars, that's amazing. I'm genuinely so honored and touched that you all are so willing to take my job. And of course, since it seems you all work together so nicely, Chris, Spirit, boys, can you come here for a moment?
Yes, of course.
And she kind of like hugs the both of you again, squeezing you in. I think y'all are just meant to be together. Y'all know me. I am a woman who believes in fate and predetermined chances, and I think that this was just it can't just be a coincidence that y'all met. This has to mean something. And so I would like to keep you all together like a little unit. I want you two to keep showing these three around the circus and getting them acquainted with everyone and picking up a few security jobs along the way.
Yeah, I could absolutely do that. I kind of just, picked them because they were interesting. But, I think there could be more to it if you think that that's a good idea, if it wouldn't, distract from, what other work I could be doing from the circus. But I fully trust your judgment on that.
Well, Spirit, I'm giving you one of the most important jobs we could have. We wouldn't have a circus if, more vandals came by and attacked us. Can't have a circus without the performers, can you?
He thinks very hard. You're very true. That does make a lot of sense, and I am happy to fulfill this most important job.
It's an extremely important job. One that I can't afford having people mess up by any means. Ain't that right, Chrysanthemum?
Certainly. But, Alabaster, what about our prior commitments?
Well, I'm sure you boys are capable folks, and you can even have your new friends help you out with them. Besides, it's kind of like what I said this morning. Most people are pretty keen to be writing your own shows, so even if there's a few that you can't help pick up, Chris, I'm confident that the ones, you do have the time to put effort into, they'll just be spectacular.
Oh. Yes, I will just say, because Daeriel's the one person who heard Chris's prior job, Chris has just realized what this is, and is just, yes, of course. Suppose that everyone knows how to perform for themselves the best.
Oh, of course. And like I said, I still want you to write shows. I just understand if you can't write as many because you're busy helping keep everybody safe.
And she, like, squishes your cheeks and, like, kisses them. You're such a hard-working boy already. I'm sure
Alright.
One more responsibility ain't gonna, mess you up too bad.
Certainly.
Besides, and she, like, wipes a tear from her eye as she, like, grabs onto you in spirit again. You boys know I see you both as if you were my own kin, and I care about you deeply, and I think this will be a wonderful opportunity for you two to get along. My boys, I'm so proud!
Spirit just looks at Chris. Sure, yes, absolutely.
Right. This will be good for everyone.
I think it will. Oh,
As much as they're saying that, Chris looks like they want to disappear.
Oh. Alright. Well, I think I can trust y'all. I think you can end the tour for today. We actually, just because of the damages and the big scare, I'm closing the circus early today, but maybe tomorrow you can finish showing everybody around and getting them acquainted. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Of course.
Yes.
Alright, well. And she walks up to Phoebe, Guy, and Daeriel. We can figure out brass tacks later and, the exact particularities. The boys will show y'all where you're gonna be staying. Is there anything I can get for y'all in this moment to repay you for everything you've done?
A snack?
I could get you a snack, little lady. Well, now that you work here, all the food is free. So, let Ma and Pa know that I sent you in particular, and they will cook you up whatever you want for dinner, okay, little lady?
Okay.
And she pats your head, just like, oh, aren't you the cutest little thing I've ever seen?
She has conflicted feelings about that, but she's gonna not attack.
Please don't attack our boss.
You see it in her eyes.
And with that, Alabaster and Tulio leave. There's one more thing I would like to do before we end session. We can always, we're gonna cut back to the next day, for the next session, but before we do, I would love to just go over everybody's, nightly routines. Nothing too long, but just how are they all getting acquainted with their new beds and circumstances? We'll start in the same order, we'll do the same order that we started the game with. How does Guy get ready for bed?
Guy's nightly routine is fairly similar to his morning routine in that he's constantly checking, restocking, and accommodating accordingly for any supplies that he has on his person. He doesn't exactly sleep in a conventional sense, so wherever he ultimately does end up, he's probably requested that wherever it is, it's somewhere a bit of ways away from everyone else, and he seems fairly excited about the premise of a job working as security, and that it gives him more opportunities to utilize his skills as a lookout. But he reflects on the day prior, goes over all of the things that he currently has on his pack and in his possession. Probably takes a little bit of time for a careful inspection, like a big weirdo about the lock of hair that he got from Gem. Just inspecting it, testing it for durability, jotting it down accordingly in awful chicken scratch on crumpled notepaper. And when he inevitably does settle down, air quotes, for the evening, once again, he probably unfurls the rope from his pack, finds somewhere higher up and a bit away from everywhere else, ties himself up, and then tries to just sleep with his eyes open, for lack of a better term.
All right. Daeriel?
Daeriel doesn't have a lot of things, I think, so she just kind of puts down her knapsack on her bed and, you know, lays out her clothes for the morning and, gets herself ready in the new spot she's been given. Just kind of big deep breath. I didn't describe it earlier, but she's usually like half smiling or mostly smiling. But the smile kind of like fades finally. She yawns and curls up tight in her bed. She doesn't sleep like laying down or like on her side. She curls up into the fetal position and wraps her rings around herself.
All right. Phoebe?
Before she even goes into her own room, Phoebe would have made sure to say goodnight to Daeriel and to Guy, but also she probably would have paused and would have, albeit a bit awkwardly, also would have said goodnight to Spirit and Chris. And then when she's alone in the room, then she takes off her cloak and drops it on the ground unceremoniously, to which she then pulls Crouton gently out of her hair and sets the mouse on top of the cloak for a little bed. And she'll probably go to, like, the window to, like, just stare aimlessly into the middle distance for a little bit before beginning to relax, doing a couple more stretches, and then just plopping onto the bed and cocooning herself.
Spirit. Your bed didn't change. It's back to normal for you. Spirit?
Oh, hi. You did not say my name. Or if you
Yes,
did,
I
then
did.
you cut out for the second. Apologies. No, Spirit, very, very normal nightly routine. He meticulously puts away all of his things in his little tent area. Takes off all of his stuff. He has a rigorous skincare routine, which he does.
Of course he does.
He does. It's perfect. He's a little annoyed that he can't get things quite perfect, but he has learned to deal with it as much as he dislikes,
Yeah.
you know, that fact that not everything is the way that he wants.
Every
and-
night, you swear, you look a little different than the last. Not how you want it.
Well, maybe I just need to sleep on it. And he will put on his silly night mask and go to sleep.
And that leads us to the last character. Chrysanthemum. What's your nighttime routine like?
I think when Chris made it back inside, away from everybody, they probably spent some time trying to acclimate, trying to do awkward small talk, like, oh god, I have to be around you people every day, I have to actually put an effort, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It probably didn't bear a ton of fruit, so they go inside their room for the first time since they woke up all day, and they close the door and they're holding their little pink clipboard. And they sigh and they take the papers out of it and put it in their old raggedy one. And they look at the notes and the show that they were planning. They sigh, put it off to the side, and just sort of start trying to get into a normal nightly routine. He has no reason to work all night now. There's little point. It seems that upsets them. And they're just kind of getting into a nightly routine, getting into pajamas, hanging up their scarf. They don't want to do this. I have to work with Spirit every day, and I don't know why he hates me. The other people hardly know who I am. I don't even know if they'd care if they do. There's no point. And they just kind of get under their covers, adjust themselves a little, look up into the air, and just realize they're still wearing their glasses, and take them off and put on a little nightstand. Maybe it'll be okay. And you see them look kind of sad one more time at the direction of whatever it was they were working on the night before. The temptation to get up and late night write anyway. They get up, they grab a little page, read it over a couple times, and then just kind of don't try to start anything on top of it. Just keep reading it over and over, till eventually they lay it on the nightstand, put their glasses under it. It could have been great. And they start going to bed.
Chris, you stew on these thoughts, thinking about the show, going over it in your head, how you might improve it. How maybe in your busy schedule you might find time to work on it again. And you close your eyes. And you hear a voice. Good night, Chrysanthemum. And that's where we're going to end session.